There's the valley we just crossed. It's definitely a nice break from all the climbing and the rocks.
Yeah.
So when you're the first one out in the morning, a lot of times you end up clearing all the cobwebs. This bridge has more spiders than I ever imagined possible. Look at this. They're just everywhere. It's unbelievable. It's just like so many. So we're doing everyone behind us a favor. There were like 6 other people at the church we stayed at last night who are gonna come through after us, and we are clearing the way. Alright, so here's the climb we would have been making last night. Looks like so far it hasn't been a rock scramble, but it has been steep. Probably only about a third of the way up, so it might become a rock scramble, but it did rain last night, so it's nice to have dry gear today. Alright, yeah, this would not have been fun in the dark or in the rain. The most important part of lunch, airing out your feet. Baker's been into pretzels lately. He's got this giant bag of pretzels. On the other hand, I prefer food that's individually packaged, so like I know that this is what I need to finish today. Having something like that for me is like, oh, did I eat about a third of it today? I don't know.
Pennsylvania, all the grocery stores in Pennsylvania have these like pretzels that are made in Pennsylvania, like local pretzels. So like,
pretty cool.
I just finished up another bag today, and I got a different kind. I love pretzels, so.
Pennsylvania pretzels?
Yeah, especially Pennsylvania pretzels, so these are cool.
You can really see all the evidence of the flooding that came through here, because that stick and that bundle of leaves is stuck like way up high in that tree. And like over there, it just looks so naked under all these pine trees. And we think it's because usually there's probably a bunch of pine needles over there, but the water came and just like washed them all away. Like you can see like this plant right here has leaves all up in it. There's like random logs stuck over here. That was crazy. It is a good thing we make a habit of setting up our tent first thing when we get to camp, because we got set up and sat down for about 5 minutes and it started pouring. This is actually better than it was a moment ago when we were frantically trying to get inside our tent and close everything, but it's already like, our mesh is wet. That's wet. We actually just realized we have a leak in our ceiling right here. You can see there's like a drip that goes down the tent. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see our drip going all the way down our tent. Got a lot of bugs in here, but we're hoping it'll let up pretty quickly, but chances are good it won't. But we're nowhere near the shelter, so it's not worth pushing on. We are definitely in a puddle. You can see the water flowing under our tent. We tried to set up on a slope, so hopefully it'll just run under us and not puddle on us, but we'll find out. There's no winning. We've reached the area flooded by beavers earlier this year. We were really worried it was going to be super bad from the rain, but it's actually not the worst. Hopefully. It might get worse than this. Oh, darn you beavers. Oh, this is so nasty.
Oh, it's cold.
Oh, it's sticking my shoes. Oh my god. Help.
What?
It's gross. I don't like walking in creeks.
It's not that gross. It's kind of gross.
Yeah. You're not the one whose feet are touching all this weird mossy grassy stuff.
Oh. Careful.
That was stupid of me. Forgot I'm not in my stable shoes.
I would just step out.
Alright, so overall my foot is still mostly dry. It's damp. The bag held up. It's not soaked inside. My sock is on the wet side of damp, but not soaked. So that was worth it. Good job, pretzel bag. Good job. In other news, my feet look like hell. Look at this. What is this? Apparently, I had vesicular tinea pedis, which is basically a bad form of athlete's foot. And then this is apparently from all the healing of all the inflammation that I had, which is apparently getting better, even though it looks terrible. But this is what's bothering me, this massive blister. I don't know if you can see, it starts all the way over here, comes in a circle down here, and then it ends right here, and a new one starts right here. And they just won't drain at night. Like at night they fill back up and won't drain. This was the smallest bottle of foot powder for drying that I could find. 4 ounces. I'm carrying 1/4 pound of foot powder. Wah! But I'm desperate to keep my feet dry because having wet feet will contribute to the fungus stuff. I've been using antifungal cream for about a week now, maybe a week and a half. It's definitely getting better. It's not itchy anymore. Apparently I had like the vesicular kind is, I don't know, but I also had contact dermatitis. You can see here because I was trying to cover it with tape. So there's like a big square right here where my tape was to cover this because I was trying to protect it from rubbing on my shoes. It's more obvious on this side. You can see the line from the tape because I'm allergic to any kind of strong adhesive apparently. Usually there are boards that go here to here and then you cross on this tree, but they've been completely washed away and it's such a bad idea. How is that one? That one's pretty stable, it's just really high up. Oh my God. Can't believe they don't even have like chicken wire over this tree. This tree is the intended crossing. Crossing number 2. Somebody has set up these sketchy. Wow, that is so deep. Jesus. I mean, you wouldn't die, but that would suck to fall into that. I think I'm gonna go full extension on my trekking poles. Oh my God.
There's good gravel here though.
Okay.
You can get there.
All right.
You gotta like shuffle.
Okay. Pretty awesome bridge. But the park is still closed, which is not surprising because we just crossed another creek that was just massively flooded and overflowing its banks. Yeah. This is the rock field that somebody commented about between the camp we stayed at and the next camp. And this is why we decided to stop at the one we were at rather than push to the one that was the miles we wanted to make for the day. Because doing this at night, especially since it started raining soon after we got to camp, so we would have been doing this in the rain, would have just been a terrible idea. It's finally come true. Pennsylvania has become Rocksylvania. The trail is so wet. I can't even imagine what it must have been like coming through here in the rain. There's like, you can tell it's been wet for a while because there's tons of these like side trails. But a lot of the side trails are also so wet that you basically can't stay dry anyways. It's crazy. It rained last night, but it rained like a little bit. Not like a ton. Trying to like rock hop through these creeks is insane. Ugh, we were making such good time and now we're slow. Classiest lunch spot yet. We've definitely figured out the best use for our ponchos is as sitting areas. It's actually really luxurious to have so much space. First view of the day. Probably the only view. Good Lord. The descent into Port Clinton is more like a slide. in a trail. I would not want to be doing this Note or Sobo. Going the other way, holy cow. This is painfully steep, and I like downhill, and I think this is too steep. This thing is a monster. I know you can't tell on camera, but this is literally like it's like that much of an angle. Like people talked about Jacob's Ladder back in North Carolina where you went up 600 feet in 0.6 miles. This thing goes down 800 feet in 0.4. This is ridiculous. The Port Clinton section of trail is insane. We just had to stop for a train, and we had to cross like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 railroads. Who did this? Who did this? Sure. Goodbye, crappy trekking poles that broke on me. Hello, black diamonds.